the United States is home to several breathtaking locations, including Yosemite's Half Dome and the massive Grand Canyon. However, organizing a 7-day trip to these locations might be challenging, particularly if you're on a tight budget. When making a budget for a low-cost vacation, the most crucial things to consider are lodging, food, entertainment, and activities. While there are many affordable travel spots in the U.S., not all of them can be visited in a week on a budget of less than $1,000. Thankfully, we have identified a handful of the most well-known tourist destinations that can be visited on a budget. Here are the top 9 travel destinations in the United States for less than $1,000 per week, ranked from most to least expensive. Number 9. Colorado Springs, Colorado. The cost of a 1-week budget trip is $933. There are more reasons to visit this quaint village besides the breathtaking surroundings. Institutions like the Olympic and Paralympic Training Center and the Air Force Academy are also located in Colorado Springs. It has also evolved into a variety of personalities over time. One of Colorado's most fascinating historical cities to explore is Colorado Springs, which dates back to 1871. Located at the base of Pikes Peak, one of the most famous sites in the United States, this charming city is affordable to explore. One person may often afford to spend $155 per day and $1,082 per week. For about $933 per week, budget travelers may have an amazing trip that covers flights, meals, hotel, local transportation, and activities. Number 8. St. Augustine, Florida. The cost of a 1-week budget trip is $859. With its immaculate beaches and centuries of history, the lovely seaside city of St. Augustine provides guests with an exceptional and memorable experience. One of the oldest cities in America, St. Augustine is well worth a visit for a variety of reasons, one of which is its immaculate beaches. St. Augustine Beach is well known for its fantastic dining scene and laid-back atmosphere. The Governor's House Cultural Center and Museum in St. George Street, which is dotted with eye-catching restaurants, shops, and art galleries, are 2 more reasons to like America's oldest city. At $123 each day on a budget, visitors can have a week-long vacation in St. Augustine for $859. Because of this, St. Augustine is among the most affordable American cities to visit. Number 7. Washington, D.C. The cost of a 1-week budget trip is $751. Washington, D.C., one of the most popular tourist destinations in the United States, provides a range of engaging experiences, from viewing many of the most famous landmarks to learning about American history and politics. Along with fantastic food, art, and cultural activities, this energetic city has much more to offer. The U.S. capital is one of the many American cities where a trip may be planned for around $1,000. Fascinating American history, magnificent museums and monuments, and culinary customs that are a must-try are just a few of the remarkable things that make Washington, D.C. so famous. A single person's travel to the city typically costs $1,388, while a couple's trip costs $2,776. But for $107 a day, if one limits their spending to inexpensive lodging, food, and travel, travelers can have a 7-day vacation without going over budget. Number 6. Destin, Florida. The cost of a 1-week budget trip is $684. Destin, known as the world's luckiest fishing village because of its many gorgeous beaches, pristine waterways, and lush golf courses, is situated on the Gulf of Mexico in the northernmost section of Florida. There's a lot for most visitors to the Emerald Coast to do in Destin, Florida. It is one of the best family beach destinations in the United States and has some of the most amazing family getaways. Destin travel costs $192 per person per day on average, based on past travelers' spending. On the other hand, A trip to the metropolis may be had for as little as $98 per day and $684 per week. A low-cost one-week trip for a family will come to $2,424 for a family. Number 5. The Grand Canyon National Park. The cost of a one-week budget trip is $511. One of the largest canyons in the world, it is over 270 miles long, up to 18 miles broad, and 1 mile deep. This natural monument was created between 5 and 6 million years ago when the Colorado River eroded a deep passage through rock layers. One of the most stunning national parks in the U.S., the Grand Canyon, is surprisingly inexpensive. A one-week visit can cost less than $1,000. The park offers numerous attractions, including breathtaking gorges, hiking trails, and beautiful drives. Travelers can spend as low as $511 for 7 days on a solo trip, which averages $168 per day but starts at $73. This is feasible if visitors who embark on autonomous trips to the Grand Canyon choose to stay in inexpensive lodging, eat less expensive food, and use local transportation. For one person, a mid-range budget of $1,176 covers 7 days. Number 4. Asheville, North Carolina. The cost of a one-week budget trip is $399. It is a well-liked destination for both tourists and locals because of its breathtaking natural beauty, vibrant arts and culture scene, and welcoming community. This quaint mountain town has enough to offer everyone, whether your interests are in historical architecture, regional food, or outdoor activities. The city provides tourists of all ages and interests with an inexpensive vacation experience. Travelers can spend $133 on average, of which $33 is spent on eating, $14 on transportation, and $89 is spent on hotel. This indicates that a mid-range 7-day vacation will cost no more than $930. Travelers on a tight budget can spend no more than $57 every day, which keeps the total cost of a one-week vacation under $500. This figure includes airfare. Number 3. Sequoia National Park. The cost of a one-week budget trip is $399. There are many unusual things to do in Sequoia National Park, such as driving through 3 enormous tree tunnels, admiring the world's largest tree, the Sherman tree, and spending some time in the giant forest. Redwood National Park is seen to be the ideal substitute for Sequoia National Park, which is one of the more expensive national parks to visit. Nonetheless, Sequoia National Park is one of the most reasonably priced travel locations in the United States when compared to other top tourist spots. A week-long mid-range trip there only costs $910. Travelers on a tight budget can spend as little as $57 each day or $399 for 7 days. Number 2. Glacier National Park. The cost of a one-week budget trip is $392. A display of magnificent lakes, sculpted valleys, melting glaciers, and alpine meadows. With more than 700 miles of trails, Glacier is a haven for daring travelers looking for an untamed landscape rich in human history. Discover the famed Going to the Sun Road, antique chalets, and resorts to relive bygone eras. Here, visitors can also discover numerous old cedar trees and wildflowers. One of the least expensive national parks in the U.S. to visit, Glacier provides a variety of low-cost lodging, dining, and travel choices. A 7-day vacation can cost tourists $889 on average. Travelers on a tight budget will only need $56 each day, which works out to as little as $392 for a week-long vacation in Glacier National Park. Number 1. Olympic National Park. The cost of a one-week budget trip is $378. While some roads, campgrounds, and other visitor amenities are closed or have shortened hours from October through May, Olympic National Park is open around the clock all year round. Remember at all times that regardless of the calendar, the weather during the Olympics can be highly variable. The natural landscape of Olympic National Park is equally stunning and offers a plethora of exploration opportunities, as are many other amazing natural wonders in the United States. Among other things, one can go fishing, camping, hiking, stargazing, seeing wildlife, and backpacking. Travelers can enjoy the delights of this park for an average of $124 per day. For a mid-range visitor, the cost of a 7-day trip is $868. Travelers can still save money by spending as little as $54 per day or $378 per week.